Uh-huh.
But see, I had to admit I have a small crush on you. For the
You
first
have
time I
a small
saw you,
question?
no, I have a small crush on
Oh,
you.
oh, why?
Cause when I saw you at the content house, and I was like, gosh, she's just so cute and sexy and just bubbly.
Well, I was also having some bubbly too, so
Oh,
that's probably why I was so great.
oh my goodness. And then of course you came on Princess Habits website, and we had a great conversation there. I was like, it made me even more excited. I was like, she's gorgeous with a brain, ladies and gentlemen. She's gorgeous with a brain. So
Sometimes, like hang around me enough, you'll be like, oh, she definitely smokes.
yeah, don't feel bad. You'll say the same about me. Cause I am a pure tea pothead. Like I said, I'm sick. I ain't got no weed today,
Yeah,
and this
that's
is
sad.
pain. So, oh my god. So how has your day been?
It's been good. It's literally just been momming up until I had my kid be watched for this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
people don't understand. It's like literally momming until the moment. So I don't have like free time. I
Mm-hmm.
make time to be free for things like this.
Yeah, because it's funny because talking to so many porn stars, you don't realize how many of them have kids.
Hmm. Yeah. Like, and it like porn is just literally like I probably dedicate maybe an hour a week to it. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I'm collabing, it's been planned
Mm-hmm.
for a while and it's probably 2 to 3 hours on a weekend or two a month. Like it's not big. It's very not prominent in my life. So it's like you guys get the very like little bit of me right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how I would like it. I would like to give more right now, but it's just not the way it's working. So I'm okay with that until the time comes. So, but I have like the most loyal flippin' fans on my OF. They literally, I cannot post for months and they're like still resubscribing. It is like the most precious thing ever. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, here's some deals, guys.
Well, from looking at your Twitter feed, I can see why they still subscribe because, girl, you get down.
I
You
try.
get down, yo. I saw you with the Rico Blaze, Bone Major, um,
That was fun.
and I was watching. Even I saw you did a game bang at some point, and I was like,
Mhm.
man, she got energy for days for what I'm seeing on the trailers.
It's definitely, I'm like, it's definitely, to tell you the truth, it's probably, it makes it a little bit, I don't know, more, it's fun. Like when you have more people and stuff like that, because you got a lot of shit going on in like one
Mhm.
scene, and it kind of caters to like everybody in like one scene. So I like having the multiples, whether it's like another guy, another girl. So it's just kind of there for everybody.
Mm. So you enjoy gangbangs, orgies, and threesomes way more
Yeah.
than one on one.
Yeah. Uh, I also think it's like an inner attention thing because I'm,
Mm.
believe it or not big on attention. So like when I can share the attention around,
Yeah.
a little bit easier on me when I know that there's like other things going on. But yeah, I get sometimes a little overwhelmed with a lot of attention, so it helps.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, wee. So I know you be overwhelmed at the conventions if you go.
Yeah, I know. Could you imagine coming back having to sit in a corner and rock for a bit? Like,
Oh
don't
my
be honest
God,
at
'cause
all.
I know you got a strong fan base for sure.
The what?
But I know you got a strong fan base for sure. Period. So,
I built it from GHS, from Glory Hole Swallow. They're
ooh.
great. Like, they're, even when I was like first coming out, like they'll even check on me on my Snap and be like, "Oh, I see you're doing great" and stuff like that. But they've literally been there since because when I first went to Glory Hole Swallow, for about 3 years, no one knew of me. So I just started getting on Twitter and putting myself out there last year, and I've been going to Glory Hole for like literally like 3 or 4 years. So I
I have
think
never experienced a glory hole in my
the
life.
what?
I never experienced a glory hole. That's on my bucket list. I'm going to experience a glory hole one day.
Come on by to AZ. Dave, hello. Yeah, no, you should definitely. It's here. It's filmed here. They're great. But I'm trying to get Havoc Princess to come, and do it here because she loves her some glory holes too. So, we should all just get together and go to the glory hole.
Oh yeah, and no, and then they're gonna be scared that I put my dick in the hole and either her or Havoc
It's
going to suck it. My knees are gonna be very weak, ladies and gentlemen, very, very weak.
your knees.
My knees are gonna be very weak.
Well, there's always the gangbang room in there, so that's always fun.
See, now that I'm single, I'm gonna have to go do more swinger parties and stuff like that. I just hate that this area is not swinger friendly as it could be. But that's North Carolina country.
Ah, okay. Interesting. Yeah. You don't realize that like where you live has a big effect on like your production, but now that I'm realizing it really does. And it's weird because even with that last trip to Atlanta, I kind of realized almost how like segregated the West and East is in the industry. So it's weird because like almost opened like a whole new world of people out there, because I've just always kind of like, I don't really have time. Actually, I've never really went out even that far, usually even in personal life. But yeah, that little weekend was a little culture shock for me because I stay put. But it literally opened my eyes to like everybody out there. So and I loved them. I wanted to go back.
Yeah, most definitely. So with that being said, people, welcome to the Smokers Lounge. You know how we start this thing off. And I'm your host, Kavanaugh, the Southern Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Y'all know what it is. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/porn rap star. For one of the sponsors to tell you about the person being the Facebook of the LS community, lsworld.com. Next up, the hottest adult magazine in the game, eroticismmagazine.com. And next up, 90% profit for you content creators with no hashtag issues, and for you consumers, a new place where you consume the Triple X content. I'm talking about excitebuddy.com. And last but not least, award-winning, award-nominated. We're talking about smut with voiceover, and they even have virtual reality side of their website. I'm talking about blusherotica.com. Go subscribe. We're a proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network, so go over to shopgwdistrict.com and get some shopping done. Also, 5 days a week in the morning, go to fullyswapradio.com and check me out as I chop it up and give that real smoke about the industry with the industry's best and brightest. Also, check me out on SkyHawkAfterDarkTV.com as well, the BGPLLC app. Now, I'm going to sit back and let this gorgeous, sexy, tatted up pothead like myself introduce herself. Go ahead, darling.
I don't have all that, but I'm Venice. And like right now I just have my OF you can go to. But what's great is if you guys are familiar with Mr. Nuts and Team MVP, with him, we are doing my clips for sale. We're going to be starting that off. And then my many vids that I have, we're going to start posting there. So it's kind of, now that I'm getting a part of him and them, I'm starting to move a little forward. That's one of the reasons why I'm kind of starting off slow with giving people, like people that subscribe to my OF, I give them a really big discount because they've been there for some time. Stop. That's rude. Thank you. Sorry. And so, but they've been there and they've dealt with all my changes and my slow season. And then all of a sudden when I post, so eventually I'm going to have all that to say, but as of right now, it's just my OF. And then I'll, of course, be announcing like on my Twitter and my OF where you can get those sites and stuff like that. But it's under construction right now, guys.
Most definitely. And because the way that girls came in back in my day was they came in with a producer, period, which is something that is lost in this day and age, period. So before we go back in the time machine, tell me how it feels to work with Team BP, because this man been doing content parties for years, for over a decade, and his lineage and the people that he worked with, speak to working with him.
Wait, I didn't hear the beginning. You cut out a bit.
No,
Say that.
I said speak to working with Mr. Nuts, you know what I'm saying? Because he's a legend in this business. So you kind of get game from him at the same time getting content.
Working with Mr. Nuts and Richard Mann was probably the best gift I could probably get in the industry, to be extremely honest. I came in as like just really new and naive, obviously, and worked with some people that like eventually I knew were like taking advantage of situations and taking advantage of the fact that I didn't know what the fuck's going on. And like I kind of just envisioned the industry as like one big happy family. Never intended to like it for it to be drama or headache or anything. So as I started getting used to it, I realized that. And so when I have to start taking breaks, that's when I realize that it's causing like mental havoc. So I almost like questioned it for a little bit, and I was just getting into the industry. I was just getting into putting myself out there in the industry when I kind of realized that with the people I was associated with. And I met Richard and did a scene or two with him, and eventually met also Rico Shades, which all these people have given me the littlest advice that I have taken with me and given a standard to other people. So those little people, and then honestly, with Richard invited me to a house in Vegas, and that's where I met Mr. Nuts. And yeah, we clicked. We have the same vision. We have like kind of the same attitude. He works so hard while he's there. Like a lot of people, I think, get under the impression that like, oh, like I'm just there to kind of fuck off type thing. But the thing is, like, everyone is working so hard, and there's like, when you're looking around, everyone's kind of like, oh, just waiting around and hoping that like with their scene and stuff. And he's like stressed, and there's really no reason we should be stressed. Like we have all day to fuck, literally. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, just let me know when you need me. You know what I mean? And I'm not, and this isn't like my like all the time thing. So I don't base my income on this. I don't base my life around this. So if I can get 3 to 5 shoots over a weekend, that's good for me. I'm not there to like put myself in a sex grave for a week. You know what I mean? Like, so it also, he provides, and I can't stress this enough, especially after knowing everything and I don't even know everything. I just like, I still ask, but I feel safe. Like I can go back to him and say, hey, this kind of happened, a little weird, didn't really like it. And he was like, yeah, that's not going to happen again. Like, and I feel safe going to him. I feel safe being in his spaces. And when you're in this industry, that is, you have no idea how important that is, because it's not often, and you almost really don't realize how manipulative other situations are until you actually have a safe space that you're going to in the industry, and you're like, wow, is this what it's supposed to feel like? You know what I mean? So I will say there's a couple of people I work close to that I do have that with. So yeah, it's appreciative, especially now.
Oh
And he's
yeah.
one of them. Nuts is one of them. He's one of the smart. Like what he says, I do. Literally.
Mhm. Yeah, because people don't realize you need mentors, and you sometimes gotta listen to old heads. Because even with conversations I have with models, and even one recently on Twitter, is that they don't realize why some of the old ways that we had was in place was to keep the riffraff out as much as possible. Don't get it twisted. Riffraff got in, even back in my day.
It's always
But
gonna.
yeah, but it made it harder for them to do it. And the ladies had standards of what they wanted to deal with when it came to male talent.
Right.
Period. Like, for example, they don't even ask for pictures no goddamn more. Profile pictures, and stuff of that nature. The established female talent. When I would try to get a established female talent people, I had to see 4 pictures: face, fully clothed, nude, hard, and a dick pic
Mm.
with my links and my references.
Right.
Period. They weren't going to talk, and they had to send it via email. They won't no DMs back then.
Right.
So, period. And the way that the game is now, it's kind of scary for you ladies because some of these dudes should not be in this business at all and don't
Mm-hmm.
have a place in this business. So, and that's what I love about Mr. Nuts for following him for so many years. He takes the business serious. He's not only giving ladies a safe space to work, he's also giving you experienced, professional male talent to work with as well. Because you have a lot of girls that have a hard time, especially depending on where you're from, have a hard time finding somebody to work with anyway.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So now
I
let's
didn't
go back in the
realize
time.
that until now, but yes, that is
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
I
So
know.
let's go back in the time machine, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
How did Venice get in the business?
GHS. So I had someone I was talking to on a personal level, and he eventually told me that he went there, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Oh yeah, no, that's weird. I'm definitely not into that." Um, and like you know, so eventually he said, "Why don't you just come like watch?" And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Okay, whatever. I'm a pleaser," and clearly he wanted me to, so I was like, "Okay." And I was there, and I think that the first time I did like a hand thing with him and another model when she was in the booth, and I'm trying to think if that was the time they let me try it out. Probably not. I think I came back and they let me kind of try it out like a half shoot. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and all I knew is I got paid. And every time I went back, I got paid a little more because I knew exactly like, oh, this is how we do it now. Okay. So that's what it was for a couple years is it seemed like to be every like 6 months ish. Um, he'd reach out and ask me to go there and I'd be able to do that. So um, that's
And
where I
it was the
started.
glory hole, right? It was when you start with the glory hole. Okay.
Yep. Yep. I just went there, kind of just get some money and head out. Like, literally was not interested in people knowing me or anything.
Mm-hmm.
It was more about like, um, as long as it was secret, um,
Mm-hmm.
then that was that. But funny story about that not being a secret is a lot of people in my personal life were subscribers that I found out afterwards. One being like an ex-boyfriend. So
Yeah, that
um
happened.
that was fun. Yeah.
He probably look at the video like, she won't doing all that when we was
Talk
dating.
about, yeah, that's exactly probably what they said, because no, I wasn't. You wouldn't paying me like Dave. So yeah, no, that's always fun. But it was one of those things where I had a moment of like, oh shit, like this is, I'm thinking only the subscribers are seeing this, but now only the subscribers are people I actually know. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
uh-oh. And then you have a moment of like, oh shit. And then you're kind of like, fuck it. Like,
You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
at that point, I don't care. And eventually, just out of it, because I was going through a lot of depression during that time as
Mm-hmm.
well. And it was kind of my escape to like, I don't know, self-destruct a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I get through with, that's kind of how I look at porn. It like is a really good aspect in my life that I like. I just have to treat it with care. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a bit of an escape of like emotion. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, because a lot of people, a lot of the first thing people say, and it's really odd, that this would be the first thing people say to me is, it looks like you liked it, or it looks like you enjoyed yourself. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, right. Isn't that what it, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm
Ain't
supposed
that
to,
the fucking
like,
point?
right. So the thing is like, I legitimately, unless I like you and like physically have a, not even physically, like have it some kind of attraction to you, I technically do not like sex with you. Like it's just, I don't know if it's because I'm old or what, but it's just,
You are not old. We ain't
yeah.
gonna go there with that old booby. You look, you what?
Yes, I am. I have two whole ass adult children.
Hold on, time out, people. I'm thinking shorty like 28, 27,
Oh my
25.
gosh. What the? No, I have
I thought
no.
you was young.
No, I am 39 years old, legitimately. And
What?
a 19-year-old son and an 18-year-old son.
Damn.
Yeah.
But they say black don't crack, neither does her color. God damn, girl, you look, you know. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, because like you can play MILF and then you can go younger if you want to. You know what I'm saying? You kind of got a versatility look.
So, thank you. The insecure part,
So you know what
so
I'm saying?
the insecure part of me would say, like maybe I could pull. That's kind of why I go for like a subby MILF
Yeah.
almost, is because like the subby part is almost that part of a like daddy type shit,
Mm-hmm.
but I also know what I'm doing because I have the experience. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So it's just, I'll tell you what I do is I go in my head, and I was so attracted to my ex, and that's who I was kind of like getting over at the time. And
Mm-hmm.
as a female, you just don't want to go self-destruct. Yes, you can do that, but like you literally don't want it. Like, so when you see me in my videos, I'm putting myself as them, him. So it's literally, that's why it looks like I like it, is because I'm putting myself in that space where I know I did like it. And that's how I was with him. So that's what works for me. But if
Mm-hmm.
I go out of that, there's a there's a weird discomfort of,
Yeah.
don't think I like you like that. Like I get very, very scared of attachment.
Mm.
Like I cannot, like it is like one of those like, oh yeah, we can't do this then, like it's not gonna work. I don't do that. Yeah, it's very scary for me. So that's why I have that turn off. Like it's
Mm.
when the cameras are rolling, I'm all there. You wouldn't even know. But when that camera stops, don't think we're there. Don't, no,
Mhm.
it's not like that. And
But see, truth be told, it's just like this. My thought process when I used to go on set. She's here to fuck me because we do porn, not because she likes me, not because she's in love with me, not because I met her at the bar and bought her a drink. She's here for a shoot. Now, I can't help that some of the girls call feelings after we fuck. That's a totally different story. I had nothing to do with that. I did my job. But
we can't
my
help
thought
that we're a
process,
jet.
yeah, but my whole point was because we woo each other, you know what I'm saying, in the initial, before the shoot. But it's not a woo of us going out. It's a woo of becoming comfortable. Because she's making me feel sexy and wanted. I'm making her feel sexy and wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the mistake that dudes make is y'all forget. Some of these motherfuckers is married. Some of these motherfuckers got boyfriends.
Right.
And you ain't them.
Right. And that's another thing is I'm not like, I'm not a hot wife. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't go chase people for pleasure. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hang out with my talent. I don't, it's a boundary that I don't want to do. I don't.
You like me. Once I'm done, I want to go to fuck home. Fuck all this shit.
Like, and I definitely don't want to, like, I don't really want a friendship either. It's not something that I don't mind a friendship for that
Mm-hmm.
per se. But like, for instance, I'm friends with a talent, and everywhere we go, I call her stage name. I, for the life of me, can't remember her name past her stage name. And like, I'm like, I am so sorry, girl. I have no idea. Thank God her like stage name is a normal name. But like for it, it's literally, that's one of the reasons I don't cross lifestyles is because I can't
Mm-hmm.
act right. Like, you know what I mean? I have to leave it separate or else they'll start combining and I don't want it to.
Yeah.
And sometimes it has to, sometimes like whatever, but not as much as I can help it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, I mean, because to keep it 100, it's a business. And like for me, I made it a strict rule from experience and learned experience. I don't fuck off camera. Period. I don't know. Because the simple fact of that, it fucks up money. When emotions get into this, it fucks up money. Especially the way that I came in. Like, for example, Mr. Nuts, he came in around the same time. As a producer, if the girl catch feelings and y'all start fucking off camera, jealousy comes in because when a new girl come in, she feels some type of way.
Yep.
She expects special treatment, period. And I try to treat all the models that I work with the same, period. Because back then we managed girls. They just want to just shoot them. We also manage them. We help them find work in the industry and all that shit. So if I'm sitting here fucking this girl off camera and this other girl who happens to be hot, her, not in looks, but just hotter as in industry wise, she gonna be like, why you keep pushing her? And because she's making money.
Right.
That's what it's about. This ain't about fuck your feelings. Period.
Right.
So no, what you're doing makes sense. Because especially if you're someone like me who is one, I fall hard.
And
It don't take much for
what?
me to catch feelings. Do it? No, I
You're,
said I
you're
fall hard. I fall hard. Like it don't take much for me to catch feelings with a lady,
right.
especially if me and her have a connection. Because I'm what they call a sapiosexual, where it's not about the physical, it's about the mental health. To me, the sexiest part of a woman is her brain.
Mm-hmm.
So the more of a conversation we have, the more turned on I get.
Right.
If that's how you want to get. Yeah,
Or they're
that's how you
caring.
want to get me doing the scene, the fuck the shit out you with. Give me a good conversation, girl. I will have your ass walking funny afterwards. But
Right. Right. And that's how it is. That's how it is with us though too. Because like the thing is like if you're really flirty, if you're really like everything is just like, okay, like yeah, I get it. Like we get that all the time. But like when you talk to me like a human, I'm like,
yeah,
hey, do you know what I can do to you? Do you know what I want to do to you? Let me show you know what I mean? Like, so my thing is I don't flirt because when I do flirt, I flirt hard. You can ask anyone in that house. When I have a crush, it's
Mm-hmm.
like, bitch, calm down. Like, because I have no shame. Like, you'll know if I do because like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like obsessive. But I also um cut off my feelings in an instant and I don't give a fuck. Like it could be one little thing that makes me not like you anymore. Like one little thing. It can be like you're boring or you said something that I didn't like or something. And I'm just like, that was such a turn off. Like, yeah, and
I'm like
everything's
that too.
turned off. There's not a water dripping nowhere. So I don't know. My attraction is just very, very picky now. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
But see, it's kind of, for what I sense with you, it's kind of like you're a person that you want genuineness from the
Mm-hmm.
person that you would be attracted for.
Mm-hmm.
And anything that seems fake, you're turned off from it quick. Similar to
Mm-hmm.
me.
I can tell.
No, yeah, because like I did a shoot. Like my cameraman used to have me do this shoot with this girl named Honeydip. Trust me, it was not it. Out of 5 shoots, I used one scene. The rest of them, and we got a full scene. The rest of it was blowjob because I wasn't turned on by her. Even though she was a good looking girl, had a fat ass, it was just her mental. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying?
So
But
I had a talent. Um and the first thing, and he was actually probably one of the first ones I was actually like physically like, oh, like who are you? And you have to remember, I don't
yeah,
sit on Twitter. I don't know a bunch of, and not to be rude, I don't know people's names like that. So when people are like, oh, if you know this person, you know this person, I'm like, I actually don't. I stay in my bubble and I'm sorry. Sorry if I don't know you. Sorry if I don't know you're a good person, a bad person. Sorry, I don't have time.
mm,
Um, and so it was like one of my first seriously, I don't. Um, he the first thing he started saying is like, so like okay, so this is what he did. This is not what he said, but this is what he said in my head. So I'm the most important here. I'm the most established. So what are you going to do for me that's different? And that's
ooh,
not how he said it, but that's what he came off as. And I was like,
mm,
well, here's what I don't do. Do what you want with
yeah.
me. So I don't know. But that was probably, that instantly was like, ew.
That's
Like,
when the pussy went dry.
yeah. Yeah. It's just because, oh, so you think I hate you because I could technically in my personal life
Mhm.
turn on a camera and make just as much money
Yeah.
if I needed to. So my thing is yes, you guys, we do need you to a point, but when it comes down to it,
To
I can
this point, this
yeah,
much,
well, I can get a
that much.
you about 15 times in my phone tonight, last minute. No one will know them. No one will share them, but they're going to see the same BBC that
Mm-hmm.
they see in any other video that someone isn't showing their face. So
Mm-hmm.
my thing is like, so now you're trying to coerce me to think that I'm not worthy of, of being like just fucking me, or yeah, I have to do
Mm-hmm.
something. And no, here's what I don't do. You know what I mean? So it was fine. The scene was fine, but like that was like a huge turn off. And we get that
Yeah.
a lot. Like we get that like,
Which makes no sense because I'm about to keep it 100. Women make the most money in this business.
mm-hmm,
Women are the stars. We're the co-stars. I don't give a fuck if it's Rome Major. I don't care if it's Prince Joshua. No disrespect and much love to Richard Man, but you want to know the reason why y'all know their names? I'm about to take my glasses off so y'all can see this. It's because the broads that they fucked, motherfuckers. That's why. It's the women that had the names that they were fucking, and thus, that's why you know their name. Because if they were fucking a bunch of no names, you wouldn't know them.
Right.
You know, period. It
Because I'm
wouldn't.
gonna tell you right now, like I like the the personal dick I get is
Yeah.
just the same everything as I do in the industry. So it's not anything that I'm like craving. And people will literally text like, oh, you can use this in a scene. Okay. So can your girl. Go ask her. You know what I mean? Like, I need it. Like, what in the, I don't even understand. Like, so
Mm,
yeah, there's not one thing I need inside of the industry that I couldn't get outside of it. So that kind of attitude, like, humble yourself. Like, yeah,
yeah.
unless you're paying off your mortgage with with your porn money, don't talk to me. Like,
Oh man.
because I know y'all ain't.
Oh no. Because like I said, I'm get at like I tell anybody, I'm just got to the point where I make money in my sleep. Where I'm retired, so I don't make any new content. My shit's still selling.
Right.
Period. And I tell people you can't have an ego in this business because that's the reason why a lot of these dudes get fucked up and get caught in some shit and get their name blasted on Twitter because their ego. Because they get with a chick, expecting this chick supposed to be all, oh God, it's you. Oh God. And but see, also part of because these girls blow their heads up. No different than when the guys blow a women head up. Because I keep saying this. We see a female at a male talent. Oh, daddy, I miss your dick down my throat. And I'm like, why are you acting like a groupie to this dude? He supposed to be the groupie. You the star, not him. Yeah,
welcome
I
to
mean,
our sub
honestly.
welcome to our subspace. It's a show where like
Yeah.
that's what we do. We want it.
Oh my goodness. So people, you know what time of the show it is. It's the push. It's the time of the show where the pussies go dry and the dicks go limp. They talk about the business. Yeah, this way can us sex go. We now talk business talk, and then we'll get back to the fun shit in a second. So now we got off a little top. We got on our little tangent. So let me bring it back real quick. So when did you start it? Because you were doing paid gigs at first. That was your main thing.
Only there, only
Yeah.
at Glory Hole, and then I don't remember um, the person I was working with
Mm-hmm.
that introduced me to the Glory Hole.
Yeah.
Um, I can't remember if it was the weekend. So he had me get on. He asked me to do the gangbang.
Mm-hmm.
Um, of course I will. Which, of course, you know what I mean. But after I did is kind of when everything went downhill. So it was only
Mm-hmm.
one, and so when I did the gangbang is when I he kept saying, he's like, girl, these people are looking for you, like, get on Twitter. So like I got on Twitter, and that's when I kind of started seeing that, like, oh, like, hey guys, they're looking for me. And then like a lot of that happened with like just kind of realizing the manipulation and everything like that, and then not wanting to be a part of it. But at the same time, that kind of detoured me from maybe even wanting to be a part of it. But then I also started to meet people that were
Mm-hmm.
making me want to be a part of it more.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, I have a lot of people that I have like that little speck of loyalty to, um because of that situation they got me out of. But also with, that's all I did was I got on Twitter, did the gangbang, and at that point is when people started asking for collabs and shoots and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
it got really overwhelming. It's still overwhelming. Like right now, I can't even, I actually turn my Twitter messages off. Not, not to where you can't message me, but I don't get alerted because I don't have answers as far as when I can shoot. And people think like, oh, I just saw her in Atlanta. She must be shooting and not choosing me. Well, no, I planned for Atlanta for like 7 months. Okay. Like those 3 days were a lot for me to plan. So for people, they don't understand the situation I'm in when it comes to literally being a single mom with 3 kids. And their ages are very spread apart. So I don't have a bunch of adult kids that are doing their own thing. You know what I mean? Like, so, yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. Also, I have like the ex that I have, he found out and started, like social media attacking me. So that got fun after a while. So it's whatever. There's a lot of little things that kind of stop me, but I'm still here and I'm still going and I'm trying to get better. But that's how it kind of rolled, is like GHS, bang bang, and then after that it was like people just started asking for the collabs and stuff, and the people that I've said yes to, I definitely want to. Half of them have probably thought that I'm bullshitting them and say I just don't have time, but I really don't, but whatever. But the people that are there and consistent, I do make them a priority to try to schedule them in. And those little 2-hour spots, like on a Sunday that I can get, I do. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I'm working it now. So hopefully I'll have more time in the future, but as of right now, it's just at my pace. Like like I always say, porn's always going to be there. So I can kind of chill now for a year, come back, post some shit, and then get back to a following. So,
and see too, also you shoot high quality porn, so it's kind of like you're more about the quality than the quantity. And when you're about the quality, you ain't got to shoot as much, because the shoot that you're doing is going to make a long lasting impact. And I think that's also been lost in this day and age, is that we're so much in a viral moment. It's like porn became TikTok, because not because just the shorten of what we're filming as far as clips and all that shit, but just the frequency of how people put stuff out. And when you're more concerned about quantity, your quality slips. So to me, what helps you is, because you're working with Team VP, because a lot of people you're shooting with shoot studio style and high quality.
I'm starting to be more picky. That's for sure. I'm starting to be a lot more picky when it comes to the quality of the shoots and asking them what they have beforehand. So what I would used to do is kind of just go back and look at like quality and stuff. Now that I kind of know a little more, I'll ask them like, what are you shooting with, and things like that. So if they have answers, you can tell by their answers if they're offended. Then they don't have. Then they probably have a phone. And
no,
on POV.
This is the only time. Now, I had a girl ask me that about camera and stuff, or asked about studio lights. I told her, well, why don't you go look at my porn? Because it'll give you an indication of what I do. You'll see high quality. She told me, I don't watch porn. Then why the fuck are you in this business? Because part of it is when the amount of time he work, you got to do your research.
Right. That's weird that she would. I don't know. I have to see it. Like, to me, I feel like can you see me, or am I paused?
You actually paused.
Can you hear me though?
Yeah, I can hear you though.
Oh, okay. So now I can't see me, so it's weird. But anyways, no, that's odd because
Agnes, hold up. We about to take a quick little commercial break, and we'll be right back to restart this. Okay, hold on. I may have to.
I'm all shook.
And we're back. We're back from commercial break. I got to remember where to put the commercial at. So we're back. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is, smokers. You know how Skype can be sometimes. We can't have it on pause, even though it was a pretty face on pause. That ain't the point. So where were we? So yeah, but no, I think a lot of, but once again, a lot of times we guys, I know you were saying that a lot of guys feel like you be blowing them off. They have to realize that you have a life outside of this, which goes back to a lot of times, even talent take for granted that females have kids, they're married, you know, and when you have kids, you got to make time to chase the career. You know, period.
I can't put it this way. I can't even open my computer. You know what I mean? Like, I can't open my computer because they're around me. I can't, like, I can't, I have to have someone edit because there's no way I could even like take the time out to learn or bring it up on my computer long enough. I tried downloading my, content the other day to my computer, and like it took so long, and the person that helps me, I was like, can you just do it in your house, because he has really great internet and stuff. But it was just like all of it together, it's actually so much work. So like I don't have time for it, and I honestly don't have the knowledge or the patience for it. So it's just one of those things where like the time actually like recording and like shooting isn't what it's about. It's literally about so many other things that is really hard to do.
Yeah, because you got to edit the footage, you got to upload it. And depending upon the size of the footage, it might take a minute. You know,
oh my, I tell you what, Richard, like everyone's like, oh, I want that scene with Richard. And I'm like, bro, you have no idea how hard this is to edit. It's taking so long. It's crazy, but it's downloading the content and then getting it out for them to edit and stuff like that. And it's definitely, all that takes so much time, and I don't have the space with six eyes like that are constantly like coming in my space or like asking me something. So it's just it's not feasible for me.
I know the feeling, because like with my ex, when we were staying with her 3 kids, it was hard as fuck for me to sit here and do my work. I had to literally have my back against the wall in the kitchen with the computer to where they can't walk past and see anything.
Right. And when like my daughter, I don't want to like look too suspicious to where like if I'm like, oh, like putting my computer down when they get in, it's gonna raise more curiosity. So like I just don't even bother like showing that part of the curiosity that I know will be brought up of them. If even with because my computer that I have for content is purely for content. If you open that up, that's all you're getting. So we don't want that, and I can't. So it's literally like even with my Twitter, I can't bring up my Twitter on my phone because most likely I have like little eyes around me that can just pop up, and they do all the time. So, or even like one of the reasons why I don't have any of my notifications on, because if I get like a notification and she's on my phone or someone's on my phone and they just boop,
like, Mom, what's this?
Yeah, Mom, you guys, someone's calling you. Yeah, put that down. I know they are. Okay, someone
Who's Dennis, Mom?
Someone sent you this. Yeah, that's their resume.
This lady look like you, Mom.
Right, that is me. Go put that down. But yeah, that's another thing is that my kids are getting older, so they're gonna find out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
because see, my mama. I remember when my mama found out that I was grown then. Well, of course,
right,
I had to be grown to be doing porn anyway.
right,
And what was fucked up about it was that my god brother, the one that showed her, he literally took the laptop and showed her. And my mama told me, she said, it ain't nothing I would want you to do, but it's like this. Don't be ashamed of anything you got to do to feed your family. And if it makes you happy, by all means, be the best at it, son. I love you
right.
still.
And everyone says like, oh, what if your kids don't like what if they're pissed that you're doing that? And I'm just like, okay. But the example that I give
Mm-hmm.
to them is I don't care what they do,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna love them regardless. Like I do not care what they do. I'm going to love them regardless with their decisions. Please make good ones and please
Mm-hmm.
make safe ones. You know what I mean? But the thing is I'm not going to judge them on their decisions, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to change the way I feel about them. And I would want the same respect and unconditional love in return. So
And
if
true, the kids don't give a shit because you want to know why? Because when mama goes out, Christmas is good.
right, and that's exactly like if like my ex would bring up like the GHS scenes a lot, and I'm just like, and if they ask about it, I'm gonna be like, well, where do you think you got them shoes? So it's one of those things where like it's that they can have a problem with it, but it's I'm grown,
Mm-hmm.
and there's probably a lot of the fact that I am in like I'm almost 40 and just now making my own decisions in life.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of them. Like it's and that's it. Like so I've had like a very codependent life,
Mm-hmm.
and um with different situations. So it's just now I'm making my own decisions and I don't have anyone
Mm-hmm. And two,
like
you at the age of,
rooting.
and you at the age of, I don't give a shit no more.
I don't.
Because that's the reason, because if people pay attention, when I came in the game, ladies was coming in the game at 18, 19, and 20. If you was
Wow.
in your 30s or even 28, you was kind of aged out. Now, girls walking in the game at 40.
Yeah.
And
Be
you don't
quite
see too many
honest.
girls in their 20s.
I I literally can't imagine being in this industry at such a young and immature
You
and
will fuck up the
insecure
money.
time of my life. But I mentally would not have been able to handle it. And my
Mm,
insecurities, you would have not been able to talk me out of them. At this
mm,
point in my life, I've had 3 kids. I personally do not care what I look like. Like my friend always yells at me because I wear the weirdest shoes or pants or something. And
mm,
I'm like, friend, if someone looks at me and gets
mm.
all the way down to my shoes and chooses not to like me because of my shoes, I don't want them. So I am okay with someone judging me on my shoes because I want to be comfortable.
Mhm.
So I don't care. And that's she's like, oh, she'll make jokes like, oh, you're comfortable because like I'll be
Yeah.
comfortable. Yes, I am actually. Thank you. Because that's what's important. I'm not going out a whole night like trying to
Mhm.
like keep my shit in place. No,
Yeah.
we're all gonna stay right here. And I'm gonna be comfortable. But yeah, no, at this point in my life, I'm really, really thankful. And I'm still working on myself. So
Mhm.
and my securities and everything.
Yeah.
So the fact that I can move past them. Like
Mhm.
one of the reasons I don't even watch my full scenes. I don't even know if I could edit my scenes and honestly still work because I'm my own worst critic. So now I'm sitting there watching it and I'm just like, oh well fuck me. I'm not even oh my god, like I'm not putting this out. Like, are you kidding me? Who recorded this? Like, so I definitely have to leave it because I have to remember
Yeah.
that's why I'm here, is there's other people that like it. There's
Mm-hmm.
other people wanting it. So fuck me and my insecurities.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going in. Like, I don't even care now. I'm like, oh,
And to
like,
be honest with you, it's like this. I'm sorry, you're getting the biggest compliment of beauty. Motherfuckers is paying to see her. That is the biggest compliment any man can give a woman, is to pay for her time and to see her. You
right.
know, period. And to me, I don't know what you're insecure about. You find the shit, boo.
Thank you. Well, like I said, on my own, in like, and that's the thing that I have as a 20-year-old. You're like, that would be great, but like that wouldn't set in. My own
Yeah,
insecurities would set in. You know what I mean? So like, even though I might not agree with you, I can be okay with the fact that other people see that. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So my securities have done 180s since I've had a daughter. So in my 20s, I would not have gone far in porn at all. I don't think so at all. I wouldn't have
See, I
been.
didn't get into porn till what, my 30s, and I had to be coerced into it, but because of money, because I had the opportunity to make money doing somebody's website.
Right.
And talk about insecurity. Okay, I didn't realize I had that big of a dick until a porn star told me that I had porn adequate dick. I knew I had a nice sized dick because the girls I was fucking always told me that. But it always stuck in my mind when the girl that I lost my virginity to said I had a tree trunk, which to her was a compliment. But I'm like, you understand a tree trunk? I mean, she said I was a tree stub. Um, and I was like,
Rude.
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, spirit. So even when I was pleasing girls, they was like looking at my dick like, damn, you got a monster out of this bitch. In my mind,
It's scary.
and then I'm looking at porn and I'm seeing these niggas with 11 inches and 12 inches. I got a goddamn and their shit is straight. My shit curved. I didn't even know there was anything. I thought something was wrong with my dick, you know, until I talked to Black Asia. Shouts out to her if she happened to listen. And she said, no, you good. She was like, 9.5 is what they're looking for. And you thick and you curved. She's like, you know how many girls would love to fuck your curved dick? I said, oh, for real? I'm adequate for porn? And that what got me in it, period. Because the hardest thing is to be naked in front of a camera and having sex in front of the camera, because it's the most pressurable thing you can do in life is sex. That's when you're the most vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
That and be on the toilet.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. Hey, they do, and I'm just not there yet. Yeah, and it's also um we we don't look pretty doing it. I used to remember when my ex would record
Mm.
and I would be like, "Oh my god, I look like that. I don't even look cute doing that. What is so attractive?" You know what I mean? And so the thing is like, oh my god, and like I'm just thinking like,
Mm.
wow, I don't look pretty at all. Like, what the fuck? But then like now, like I'm just like, okay, now stick it down my face so I make it so I gag, or you know what I mean? Like we gotta get a natural picture like of
Yeah.
me like fucking up, like getting fucked
Mm.
up. So it's like it's kind of changed my whole thing because I'm a pleaser. I know what they want and I'm like, okay, I'm here for it. So yeah, no, I was definitely, it wasn't something that I was like, now I'm like, oh yeah, you guys like that. That's so cool.
Yeah, because I used to tell females all the time, don't worry about your sex faces. Actually, the more natural sex face, the better it is. Period. And she do look pretty with a dick in her mouth, ladies and gentlemen. Trust and believe. I was like, because
I'm like, there's a lot of evidence.
yes, because it's to the point that, because like I said, also you take professional pics. Part of being a porn star is a model, because that's what I also love about Mr. Nuts and them. They keep it old school. They still do the pretty girl pictures and the whole nine. Because like for some pictures I see, I was like, man, she take amazing pictures. Period. And That's why I said we have to, when we film, we have to go to a subspace.
Mhm.
Because for one, it's not because we're ashamed of doing it. That's not it. It's no different than you when I was rapping and I did music. Me, I have social anxiety anyway. So when I'm around people, I get anxious, especially around a lot of people. So when
Me
I
too.
get on stage to perform, I black out. I don't even see the crowd. And
Me
I
too.
just
Right.
zone out and party to myself. And I had to do the same thing in porn.
Mhm.
Sometimes I ended up making a mistake, headbutting the camera, kicking the camera. I mean, because we didn't got into it that much. But the reason why you go to that subspace so you can perform,
Mhm.
because it's that comfort level, you
Right.
know. Yeah.
Right. No, that's so what's odd about me is that it's like when you're behind the camera and the lights,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you see. Like it's like like you're the one man show, which
Mm-hmm.
you're okay with. But then like when I'm at like GHS and like he turns that light off and I see like all these people around, it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
I did
oh,
all that for
oh,
these
like
motherfuckers. Shit.
yeah, that's where my attention span is like, oh no, now the attention's on me. When really it was the whole time. I just
Mm-hmm.
didn't like
You
realize
didn't
it.
realize.
It's like when a kid is cut and they don't know how bad it hurts until they look at
Yeah.
it and see blood and they're like, oh my God, I'm hurt. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. Um, so you weren't crying like that till you saw that shit. So no, that's how it is there. It's just like, oh my God, all these people are here for me. But when I'm in my booth, I don't know who's coming through. I don't know what kind of line is outside. I'm good. I'm in my own little space. I can like take myself away in my little like headspace um and that's it. Like just I know the drill. I know what I'm supposed to do
Mhm.
and I do it. I know the assignment.
Most definitely. So are you into BDSM or any of that?
When you say into
Mm-hmm.
for for porn, I would not mind doing it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll get asked like if I get asked for a scene or like tie up and stuff like that, like I don't mind pushing limits in
Mm-hmm.
porn. I don't want to push comfort zones is
Right.
so like my my biggest turn off about a talent is me having to say no twice. If you ask me to do anal and I say no, that should be the only time it gets asked. Not while we're fucking, not while like we're getting ready, not in the end, not when I should not have to say it again.
Mm-hmm.
And like it is it is a huge red flag to me when I have to say no more than once. And that goes for even the people closest to me. Like even with my children, I will tell them, "Did you hear me say no? Okay, now that's that." Like so like when I have to start treating a talent like my child and have to say no twice, that's when you're going to get that all right. So I said no. Like so
Mm-hmm.
now because I had to stand up for myself, I'm the
Mm-hmm.
bitch. You know what I mean? So it's one of those like no, no, no. I
I
just
mean, but that
had
ain't supposed to be though. It's one if y'all doing the shoot and these guys are
in
serious.
reality you should never be asked because it should be asked beforehand if we're even going to do it.
Bingo.
Right.
That's my point. Because even with the girls that I worked with under me, before they even got to Durham, North Carolina, I knew that those and those.
Well, and
So
like for those kind of things, people have to prepare for those. So like you might want to let them know that you're okay with it beforehand as like as a
mhm,
female and they can let you know, "Oh, okay, well at least I'll prepare for it in case it happens."
mhm,
Or I could be like, "No, we ain't doing that." So and
yeah,
then that's that. But like getting there, saying it and then having to say it again, huge red flag. And
yeah. And then you
I'm
talking
not
about
going to show
anal,
it
and
right.
you,
I'm going to
yeah,
walk
you talking
away and
about
know
anal,
it.
and we talking about anal people. Do you understand the prep these girls got to go through for this shit?
Mm.
The prep alone, anal plug in the booty hole, the week prior and the week of. We talking about enemas. We talking about food. Sometimes these ladies can't even eat before a goddamn shoot. You know what I'm saying? Cause trust
Right.
me, I've been there when the shit came out during the summer.
Right. Same. Not
Oh
interested.
God, that is not cool.
Not interested. I've, like I said, I've been in the houses where they're preparing and stuff like that, and more
Yeah.
power to them. More power to them. I'm not there yet.
Mm,
So it's one of those, like, no, I'm completely uncomfortable with it, actually.
mm,
You know what I mean? Like everyone's like, "Oh, do you like eating out?" No, but I don't mind it. Like, I don't mind doing it for the camera. I'm okay with it, blah blah. Anal, I am completely not comfortable with you.
mm,
Like, with you on camera, anything in my personal life, that is my own business. I don't care if I do it in my personal life. What if I'm saving it for that? That's none of
mm,
your business to talk me out of it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it just, no means no, and I don't care what I do otherwise. That's
Mm.
that. But it's a real issue apparently with adults.
But to me, this is how I look at it. Because maybe I think a little differently.
Hmm.
I told girls, don't do anything that you don't normally do in your sex life. And the reason why I say that, I tell a girl quick, if you never done anal, we're not doing it that weekend. And if we
Right.
do it, we're going to practice it off camera first. Because I don't want to pull that off on camera because, one, if you never did anal, that's a lot of prep I got to do to get in your ass. Two, you ain't used to being in your ass. Three, you might bleed. I
You
might
can
hurt
fuck up
you.
the whole scene if you ain't ready.
Yeah,
Like, and I'm gonna tell you, like, because it's not in, it doesn't put me in a good mood when I'm not ready. I'm gonna tell you that right
yeah,
now. Like, afterwards, it's like, don't fucking touch me with that. Like,
yeah.
so it's literally, yeah, it's just one of those, like, I should not explain myself. No, no is no. So, but yeah, I don't even know where I got into that, but yeah,
Mm.
that's one of my things with people, is having to say no twice. And you'd be
So I used to
surprised
never have to
how
say no twice
that happens.
because the other part of it is men, y'all don't want to say no twice. Period. I mean, because you have some men that don't like their ass touched. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be rimmed to this, that, and the third, or what have you. You
Hmm.
know, and that's the part of the conversation when we first hook up. To establish that comfortability is the do's and don'ts, the boundaries.
I
You
asked
know,
that.
period. You know, yeah, I respect the woman
Because
that asks a man his
some
boundaries, but
guys,
sometimes we don't get asked.
well, the things that I ask about is nipples, balls, and rimming. Those are the things that sometimes, like, some guys aren't down with their nipples being messed with, and some guys love
Shit,
it.
you can play with
Yeah.
my nipple. I love missionary when she take the toes and I'm hitting the missionary. She take the toes and be rubbing my nipples with her toes. It made me more horny, goddamn. What the hell? I'm a freak. Shit, she can rim me, lick the balls. She just
Right.
don't hurt the balls.
Right. Like, and some guys are different about the
Yeah.
way, like, it happens. Like, some guys do not like deep throat. Like, I'll ask, how do you like to come? Because sometimes the deep throating will set them off. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
the tip will set them off. So I always tell people, I was talking with a blowjob shop.
Mm-hmm.
Um my biggest thing is, like, make doing a blowjob to make you
Mm-hmm.
hard is different than doing a blowjob to make you come.
Yeah.
So if I need to make you come during a
Mm-hmm.
blowjob, I'm going to do it differently. If I'm doing a blowjob to get you hard for, like, us to fuck, I'm going to do it differently. So, and then when I go, and then sometimes balls, guys aren't too big about the balls in porn. I haven't had that to where they care much, but rimming, I do definitely ask, because I don't mind it, and my people ask for it. But some guys are like, no, you try that with the next folks. Thank you.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I'm
if
like,
I was
hey, I
still
get it.
active, a girl, you can rim me all day, god
I
dang
get
it.
it.
I'll
I'm
bend
down
over
too.
doggy style, let you have it.
Like, I'm like, yeah, push play, like, yes.
But see, even to me, I always felt that as an actor, I mean, I understand there's certain things with comfortability because dudes got that homophobic thing about their butt cheeks in any way.
Oh yeah.
But you know, but to me, I think what it comes down to is that us is like I said, it's respect for the business. Because you respect the business, you're gonna respect the people in the business.
Right.
You know, period. And it's common fucking sense. If we about to shoot, I want to know everything not to do to you because you want to know why, fellas. You don't want, because some females can throw hands, man, and you don't want to end up doing something. She turn around, and punch your ass in the face during the scene. Now they might keep it in the scene because you know some people enjoy watching a woman do a lot of things, but that ain't the point. I don't want a black guy because I made a mistake. Gotcha.
He's a kink.
Like, damn, she done gave him a 2-piece.
Tell you what, we just made a new kink.
Oh my God. So my phone is going dead, and I done held you on here for a minute. And you know what that means, people, because it's still a lot we ain't touched on. And you know I got to bring her back. So with that being said, can I call you a smoke buddy, Miss Venus?
Hell yeah.
There you go. Y'all heard it. She'll be back here on the Smokers Lounge, and we're going to bring her onto the Premium Smoke Room, which she's already been on with Princess Habit. She just went on video, but when she comes back.
Oh, that time. Okay, I thought it was at the house. I was like, I just don't remember.
So, and don't forget, because it done came out by the time this done drop, go and check out the episode with in the Premium Smoke Room of her at the house. It was a whole lot of fun. She was really getting it on with what was her name, Leah, Tiana, what her name is. She was kissing her and everything. I was in the back of that bitch like,
me?
I like her. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
you
gonna have
had
to go
a ball.
watch it.
You had a ball at the party, girl.
Okay, I'm gonna go watch it now. Can you send that? That's hilarious.
So she will be on the Premium Smoke Room. Y'all know what it is. 5 premium podcasts, soon to be 6. Again, $4.99 a month. You know what it is. It's more unpredictable. It's wilder, more uncensored. The conversation more candid. Titties might come out. Popsicle dildo might pop in the mouth. But you're not going to know unless you subscribe. So with that being said, become a premium smoker. And Miss Venice, tell everybody where they can spend money on you, where they can find you and spend money on you, baby.
Oh, my OF is Venice Escape. Go to my Twitter and just go ahead and hit that. And it'll take you right there. And I promise if you subscribe soon, I will give you about a 3 to 6 month discount because we're getting things going right now. So
most definitely. And people, I'm saying this now. You're looking at a future legend here. Mm-hmm. And when I tell you, y'all know my eye for talent, people. And my job is to tell you who's next in line. This woman knowing next in line, she's damn near first. So, so with that being said, you know how we end these things all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? If you haven't learned anything, smoke this over. Say goodbye to everybody, Vince.
Bye, guys.
Yeah.